What's up? What's up? What's up? Welcome to the Sports Sidebar Podcast. You're tuning in with your boy Rich, and I'm here with my buddies Tom and JD, and we're about to get this thing started. Let's go.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back at it. We got a brand new episode for everybody. We're at 171. How's everybody doing tonight?
Doing good, Rich. How you doing?
Doing great, man. Just getting ready for the most important part of the year. Like I said before, this is going to determine whether your team's going to be back in the mock draft next year or in the playoffs when it comes football time.
Yeah, it is. It is the time of year where the New York teams like to shine.
Yeah, hopefully we shine bright enough that our light doesn't dimmer until the playoffs. So
yeah, for sure.
But more so, I'm gonna have to live through you come next season. The way the Giants are moving, man. I mean, let's get right into it, man. I mean, we got the NFL. They had the combine just wrap up. It wasn't really anything overly excited as far as the combine. I did notice that I don't remember Chris Jenkins, the defensive tackle from Carolina. His son is in the draft. You're getting old, man.
I've seen a couple of these. I mean, obviously you got Marvin Harrison Jr., Jenkins' kid. Who else? There's another one. Jerry Rice's kid is in, about that same age. It's just like a lot of these kids that are now like popping up all over the place.
But I mean, some of them look decent, man. Others, I'm not sure yet. We're gonna have to wait and see once they hit the field, though. But overall, I mean, everybody's still debating whether or not which quarterback's gonna go 1 or 2. Between Caleb and Jaden Daniels. I think it's gonna be interesting to see. I feel like we got another C.J. Stroud and your boy situation.
Oh, C.J. Stroud, Bryce Young.
Yeah.
Why has everybody soured on Drake May all of a sudden?
I mean, most of the comparisons I seen him give was to Josh Allen, but I don't think he has a cannon like Josh Allen. But I think people were kind of down on him just because he didn't put up two great numbers, but he didn't have his top receiver pretty much half the year. Yeah. And then he really didn't have like that many weapons compared to like a Jaden Daniels or I guess they expect him to kind of put up more numbers to Caleb Williams, what Caleb Williams did, being that he didn't have really any help at times at receiver. So I don't know, maybe it's that.
Interesting. Yeah, I've been talking about it, but you see these after the combine, certain people drop, certain people move up. You're seeing Jaden Daniels obviously being talked about anywhere from 1 to 3. Caleb Williams obviously up there still, but then you got like the JJ McCarthy sneaking in, and then Drake May just kind of falling back a little bit. So it's kind of curious. I think this is kind of the part of the year too where people are starting to overthink things a little bit. And this is where you get like what was a kid from Georgia that got drafted, Trayvon Smith?
Walker. I think Walker.
Trayvon Walker. Yeah, it's like you look at all the numbers and everything pops off the chart, and then you kind of forget about they still have to go out and play football every week. It's not it's not a skills competition every weekend. So I think this is kind of when you distance yourself a little bit from the season and before the draft, and people are just kind of like, I think that they lose sight of the actual football playing sometimes.
Oh yeah, but I think this combine, the performances really then I won't say are gonna really mislead anybody. I mean, people are still looking at the tapes. The main thing is just those quarterbacks. But you definitely got to stick to those tapes. I mean, as far as like offensive linemen, this is a pretty deep draft for them. Same for receivers, supposedly running backs as well, which is also why a lot of these running backs aren't getting re-signed. So we're gonna have to wait and see how it all plays out. But I ain't gonna lie, there was an offensive lineman from Georgia who was like 6'8". That guy can move, man.
Yeah, you see some of these numbers. Like there was a lineman, I forget who it was, where he was from, but he ran like a 4.5 40. So it's kind of some stupid numbers.
Yeah, he's like 6'8", 360, ran like a 5'5" flat. So I was like, God damn. If you see I'm gonna see the picture of this guy. If you see this guy, you're like, no way, this guy's an offensive lineman. And then outside of that, I mean, we had the NFL teams that were franchising their players. A bunch of players got franchised, some didn't. Some of the notable ones, I mean, we mentioned before, T. Higgins, your boy Snead. But the Chiefs gave him an opportunity to go out and seek a trade, which is going to be interesting.
Yeah, that's an interesting one because that's going to not only cost you capital, it's going to cost you money too. But yeah, I a lot of tags coming out this year. I do like when they, when they know that they can't sign the guy long term, but they're willing to work with the player. I think that shows kind of goodwill on all fronts.
Oh yeah, and then some of the rumors. I mean, they had Philadelphia. They had Snead going to Philadelphia. So,
That's interesting.
And then I mean, it's a great way for the Chiefs to flip the guy for some picks, because their issue is going to be trying to stay young and as well as have players that can play while try to keep
Right.
Mahomes. So
Right.
and then I mean, outside of that, it wasn't really anything surprising. I mean, the running backs didn't get tagged. I was surprised the Jaguars tagged Josh Allen, but
Yeah, I do think a lot of these tags too this year seem like more like, hey, we're gonna get a deal done. We just need some more time to work things out. Which I guess part of me doesn't understand why they wait this long. Something they could have done, you know, a long time ago. But again, I think you're kind of waiting to see what the free agent market looks like and whatnot. And so this is kind of like almost like a rain check. Like, hey, you're going to be on our team next year for the most part. Most of these guys are going to be on the team, but we need a little more time to figure out our financial situation.
yep. And then I mean, but the only thing with Snead, I think I don't think they're really looking to resign him, because I think they're looking to use that money to resign your boy Jones. So
Yeah, I don't think that. Yeah, I don't think Snead gets signed. I think that was more of a just a protection play. Like, hey, look, we don't want to let him go for nothing. So if you can find a suitor, and if not, you play on the tag for 1 year, then you're a free agent. You know what I mean? So, like I said, it's those kind of situations are like a win-win for everybody.
yeah, it's kind of what they did with Tyreek Hill. So
Yep, exactly.
and then like I said, the main thing is going to be interesting to see is where these running backs go. There's speculation of Saquon going anywhere from the Texans to the Ravens, and then some other notable teams. I would definitely love to see him on the Texans, man.
Yeah, you got a lot of options out there though. Now you got like you said, you got Henry, you got Saquon, you got Josh Jacobs, you got Eckler. Who else is out there? There's four more running backs. DeAndre Swift is back on the market. It's just it's kind of a crazy running back market. But again, these guys are all a little bit older and got some miles on them, so it's like, what kind of deals are out there for these guys?
Yeah, I mean, some of the speculations of where they potentially end up. I actually like the new teams they would end up on. They had Saquon on the Texans. They had Derrick Henry on the Ravens. I think that would be ridiculous. That run game.
Yep.
They had what you call the guy from the Raiders,
Josh Jacobs.
Yeah, Josh Jacobs. Going to the Chargers, and then I forget where they had Eckler going. I don't know if it was the Patriots or another team. So
yeah, I think the landing spots all seem to.
Yeah, but I'm looking forward to seeing how things shake up. So, and then like you mentioned before, a lot of these teams out here trying to make room, to resign some of their players or make some moves. Bills do a huge overhaul. I won't say huge, but probably a huge overhaul on their defense. I mean, they cut Poyer and White, and then they said Hyde might retire. So they're looking at a whole new secondary.
Yeah, and they just restructured Von Miller's contract. I think they opened up another $20 million. So, yeah, this is also the part of the season where I think you mix in a little bit of cap is crap with we do have to get some of these guys off our books. So yeah, Tre'Davious White, one of those, been injured quite a bit the last few seasons. Say they save $10 million. Jordan Poyer, again, he's I think, I don't know if he was all pro last year, but the year before he was definitely all pro. So, you got some big names that will kind of hit the market here before. And they like to do it before free agency so that the guys have a chance to kind of go out and find something.
Yeah, man. And I think it's gonna be interesting to see where these guys try to go. 'Cause I'm sure they're gonna want to be on playoff teams. So some of these playoff teams might be able to get them from cheap. So
Hmm.
then I don't think there was anything else in the NFL. And then on to the NBA. I mean, you got your Celtics last night, man, against the Cavaliers. They blew a lead, man. They shot the starters. All of a sudden, Cavs are back in this, man. They let D Wade go crazy.
Yeah, I mean, this is what happens. I think the Cavs went 8 for 11 from three in the fourth quarter. Celtics went 0 for 8. I mean, you get cold at the wrong time. It can happen, at any point during a game. Unfortunately, they were up 20 with 9 minutes to go and just went ice cold. So it does happen every once in a while. Unfortunate that they've been playing so well that it happened last night, and then couldn't pull off the last shot at the end to win the game. But yeah, it's definitely a watch out for them. I think, in a playoff situation, you're probably getting the starters in there a little quicker or leaving the starters in a little longer, but it is what it is. They have about an eight game lead, I think, something like that in the conference. So like I said, not the biggest deal in the world, but yeah, something you definitely got to watch out for.
Yeah, you definitely don't want one of these teams sneaking up on you.
Right.
Cavaliers have been hot lately, so
Hmm.
Donovan Mitchell hasn't been playing yet. They said he would be out for like about 4 games, so he probably got another 3. But
Yep.
I mean the Knicks are injured, so yeah, you definitely want to increase that gap as much as possible before everybody gets healthy.
For sure.
Then game of the week, I mean, we're gonna have the Celtics versus the Nuggets, a potential NBA championship preview. How you feeling about your team? Nuggets got you last time, man. How you feeling?
They did. That was another game the Celtics probably should have won. They were up and just didn't score down the stretch. I like where they're at. I think the Nuggets too are playing well right now. So I think this is a good litmus test. I think it's in Denver this time. I think it's a late game tomorrow night on TNT. So yeah, I think that Celtics especially after that game last night should really be up and ready to go for this one tomorrow night. Yeah, it's in Denver. So yeah, I'm excited to watch it. It should be good.
Oh yeah, I mean, like I said, potential NBA championship matchup. Denver did blow it last night against the Suns, but I mean they're pretty much like a game back from first place in the West. So the West is getting really really tight between the Timberwolves and the Thunder and the
Yep.
Nuggets. The Clippers are right behind them, not too far. Suns are trying to make the push. Pelicans, in the middle of the pack. So it's gonna be interesting to see, man.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I think the odds of a Celtics Nuggets final is like plus 400, which is kind of like ridiculously low. It's kind of crazy that it's gotten to that, that low of odds. But yeah, I feel like they've been the two, again, most dominant teams in the league. I mean, I know that you got some other teams up there and Oklahoma City and the Clippers and the Minnesota, but I just feel like it still has to run through Denver in the West.
Oh yeah, but I mean, I think something's going on with Jamal Murray, man. I don't know if maybe he's saving himself for the playoffs or what, but it seems like something is
Probably.
off, man.
Yeah, he probably is. I don't put any stock in any of this until we get to that first round of the playoffs to see what guys look like.
Yeah, I mean, because we've seen what he can do in the playoffs, so they're definitely going to need him. But
Right, exactly.
The Joker's going to be a Joker. I mean, he's going out there. You can't even say he's better, but I mean, he's still playing the same. It don't even seem like he won a championship, to be honest.
Yeah, I know. Yep, that's the way he operates.
So it's definitely going to be fun to watch, man. But I am surprised. Sure. I am surprised about these Mavericks, man. They're struggling, man.
It's like this every year. They reel off like 10 or 12 wins, and people feel good about them, and then it's always like the same crap with them, and then they disappear for weeks at a time, and you're like, they may not even make the playoffs. It's just like, not that they're in that spot this year, but it's like you go into a game, you expect them to win, and they just don't show up at all.
Yeah, I mean, Luka had like 39 last night, and they still got blown out, which was crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, he's super frustrated. The whole time I'm watching this game, I'm like, I can't believe they let Porzingis just walk, man. That's
I know.
crazy.
I know.
Like I felt like they were like a defensive dig away, from having a way better team. But
Yep.
it's gonna be interesting to see how things play out. They try to lure him away from there, or Porzingis. So I mean, not Porzingis, Luka. I don't know if you saw this, but your boy Zion said he's gonna do the dunk contest if he's an all-star, man.
He said he's going to do it. I didn't know. I didn't see that.
Yeah, they asked him about it. They said if he's an all-star next year, he'll do the dunk contest. I think he's lying, but he said he'll do it, man.
He's getting people hyped up for nothing.
Yeah, I mean he better not say that and then not do it. It's just,
how many times did LeBron say he was going to do it?
I don't know, man. I felt like LeBron never really committed to doing it.
True.
After like those first few years, I think the first few years he said he would, and then he didn't, and then never again. He was just like avoiding the question.
Yeah, true.
But I don't know. Zion say he's gonna do it, man. He can't let us down, man. He gotta
Let's see it. Let's see it.
He gotta bring the life back to the NBA dunk contest, man.
If he does it, he's gonna get himself hurt, right? That's gonna happen.
I don't care, man. If he does it, at least we're gonna get like 2 good dunks. People will be hyped off of. You got to give us the off the free throw line dunk, and then something else.
Yeah, absolutely.
Spring training, baseball, NHL getting ready for playoffs. I know they fired the Devils coach.
Oh yeah. I feel like this happens not every year, but every other year. The Devils are firing their coach with 15 games left in the season.
Yeah, so I mean, they had a disappointing season.
They had some good talent on that. They have some good talent on that team.
Yeah, but people didn't show up, man.
Yeah, it happens.
Then for the PGA, we had the
Cognizant.
Yeah, Cognizant Classic, aka what was it called before? The Honda.
Honda, yeah. It went into a Monday finish because some weather that rolled in on Sunday. Yeah, it was Eckroat, Shane Lowry, and David Skins kind of in the mix on Saturday. Eckroat went out and he was the only one that really kind of put up a low number between Sunday and Monday. Won by 3 strokes. Kind of a little bit walking away. I mean, Minwoo Lee made a charge Monday morning, but kind of like talked about last week, hit the bear trap and slowed that down. And yeah, so Austin Eckroat, 50th start on tour, first win. So it's been pretty much all long shots this year that have won these tournaments. So as we're looking at this week, we got the Arnold Palmer Invitational, so elevated event. I think it's only the 70 guys, whatever, in the tournament, playing for 20 million. So this is a famous Bay Hill. Down in Orlando, Arnie's course, always a fun one to watch. One of Tiger's favorite places to play. I think he played there 13 times, won 8 times. But yeah, it's it's a fun course. I do enjoy watching them. It's difficult, but yeah, it should be a good weekend. You got all the big stars will be there. You got the Rory, Scheffler, JT, Homa. They'll all be in attendance this weekend. So. It kicks off a couple good weeks. We got this week, and then next week the Players Championship at Sawgrass, where I'd expect to see Tiger back there again at the famous stadium course. So, couple of good weeks of golf coming up.
Yeah, definitely looking forward to it, man. This is sports about to heat up a little bit between football off-season activities, March Madness. We're in March now, so the conference tournaments taking place now. So you're gonna see some good games. And you mentioned golf, like you mentioned golf. Basketball is gonna get in the playoff form soon. So this it's gonna be I don't know if this is the best time or like right when football and basketball are both on at the same time. Might be some of the best times of the year.
I think it's personally for me, it's the next, not this week, but starting next week. You get conference tournaments. You got some good golf. You got free agency starting in the NFL. Baseball is just about to kick off, and then you roll into the tournament, and then the Masters, and so for me, it's like the next 3 weeks. It's the best.
It's gonna be a lot of fun, man. Then it's that time again, ladies and gentlemen. We got another edition of JD's Bites and Brew. What you got for us?
So this week I got a kind of a healthy take on Hamburger Helper. Pretty straightforward, pretty simple. So just took some hamburger meat, some lean hamburger meat, so you can get the 93.7, 96.4 or something like that, and then add some beef. Add some tomato paste. Coat the beef. Then add some add some seasoning. So I did onion powder, garlic powder, Italian seasoning, and a little bit of chili powder. Kind of mix that all together. Threw in 2 tablespoons of butter and some flour. Kind of make like a little mini roux on top of the beef. So again, coat that up, let that cook for about a minute, and then added some milk and some beef broth, and stirred that all together. Got that into a boil. Then added the pasta. We used a protein pasta, and then let that cook for about 7 or 8 minutes till the pasta was al dente. Turned off the heat. Added in some cheddar cheese. Mix that all together, and voila, you got a kind of a healthier version of a Hamburger Helper.
Well, that sounds kind of good, man. I actually like Hamburger Helper. I haven't had it in a while.
Yeah, I do too.
Maybe like 2 or 3 years. I think last time I was had it, I was mixing in like I think I tried it. I think I did with like the turkey. I think I was at the turkey meat, turkey beef or whatever it's called. And then I threw in like some tomatoes and some other stuff to jazz it up. It's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
But it definitely sounds good, man. And then what'd you guys drink that down with?
All right, so checked out a new brewery this weekend up in Concord, North Carolina. Concord, North Carolina. It was in the basement of a kind of like a mill building. So 2 breweries there. I didn't see the second one until I was leaving, but the one I went to is called High Branch Brewing Company. They had a lot of different beer on tap. They had everything from like Japanese lager to a cheesecake stout on tap. So they had a kind of a lot of stuff going on there. But I went with the Pounder. So it's basically a hazy pale ale. It's got some citrus, some centennial, some Simcoe hops. Kind of a lighter version of like your typical like New England IPA. Popped in around 5.2%. Actually drank this beer fairly quickly. Thought it had a good flavor. Wasn't too it had enough of that kind of fruity taste, but not anything too crazy. So yeah, really enjoyed this one. Thought they did a good job with it. So I'd throw it like an 8.2.
Oh, so now we back at it, man. I feel like we like 7 for 9 this year on beers, man. That's over 8. And then would you say this is more a summertime vibe or?
No, this is more, this is anytime of year. I think the hazies for me are typically, I like them when it's a little cooler. Just because when in the summertime you kind of feel like you go through beer quicker, and these fill you up more than like a Pilsner or something that's more clean, crisp. So yeah, I drink these more in the kind of fall, springtime, winter, and summer is more like something basic, Leinenkugels, Corona, something like that.
Okay, I mean that sounds pretty good, man.
Mm-hmm.
I've always still wanted to figure out when they're gonna start doing like frozen beers, man.
Yeah, I've seen it before. I have seen it, but yeah, it's an interesting one for sure.
Maybe we can invent that, man. Change the game out there.
Change the game, baby.
Get a Corona slushy or something crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then that's JD's Bites and Brew, everybody. And then this week for the BRs, I mean, we're checking out a few shows that are running. We got Tokyo Vice season 2. Good show. Definitely want to check it out when you get a chance. Like I said before, it's a little rough to start, just because the language, they jump between English and Japanese pretty much a lot through the show. But like once you get the hang of it, it's pretty much good to go. And then we got Love is Blind. They put out the new episodes. Definitely gonna catch up to that. Then they got the reunion next week, I believe. How far did you get
For what?
for Love is Blind?
Oh, I'm watching it tonight. Haven't watched the new ones yet.
Okay, but you're caught up to the
Oh yeah,
full.
caught up to right before the weddings start.
Okay. Did you see your boy get on the jet ski with the homegirl?
Oh yeah, that was funny.
I thought that was hilarious. He was having the time of his life.
She was pissed.
Oh yeah, but we're gonna see what happens if they made it or some other tea's supposed to spill.
Right.
So because supposedly the other girl thinks he slept with somebody too.
Which one?
The one that says she looked like Megan Fox.
Oh, well, yeah. She said he slept with one of his friends. One of those two girls.
Oh yeah, but he said he told her though. I forgot about that. Yeah, he said he told her that.
Yeah, who knows? She was wasted. Like that was a ridiculous conversation.
Yeah, I feel like anytime she gets drunk, that's when the arguments happen.
Oh yeah, 100%.
We're gonna see it. We're gonna see who makes it or not, man. Then we got Halo season 2. Like I said, man, you gotta get up on this, man. Second season is better than the first. You're getting a lot of action, better acting, better scripts. Everything's pretty much better. I like the direction it's going. I don't know if it got renewed for a third season, but definitely looking forward to watching it, seeing how it finishes out. Then we got Shogun, new show on FX, also on Hulu. Pretty much a remake of the old show, Shogun. Pretty much like a Japanese Game of Thrones, but this is based off kind of true events. When the church was ruling over Japan. I mean, so far so good, man.
Yeah.
The third season they give us a lot more action. First 2 episodes are pretty much setting up for the third, but now we're gonna get to see what direction they're going.
Right.
If there's gonna be more action or what else is to happen. But I'm liking the show, man.
Good. I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, it's more so far. It's been more the what's the name, like a Littlefinger type of stuff going on where
Yep.
That people pretty much people playing chess kind of with certain things. But they gave us a nice little battle scene in a third episode. So like I said, I'm looking forward to seeing how it goes, man.
Nice. Yeah, I'm gonna wait a couple more weeks and then I'll jump in.
Yeah, and I know Tom was telling us about this Constellation show.
Yeah.
Just looked it up. So far, it's in at like a 7 out of 10. Looks like some kind of space show, like an astronaut show. I don't know exactly what's going on, but I'm gonna give it a shot, man.
Nothing else going on, right? Might as well give it a shot.
Yeah. Other than that,
I feel like it's one of these shows that I wouldn't like.
Yeah.
That's what I said. Just by looking at the picture.
Yeah, I went to the IMDb, and the first picture is like the girl in the spacesuit. I was like, oh man, I might not like this, man. Like, it looked like it might be kind of boring, but like I said, I'll give it a shot, but we'll see what happens, man.
Okay, so maybe it's not just a space. Okay, yeah, I'll give it a shot.
Well, we'll see what happens, man. There's another show I wanted to watch too, called Beacon, but it got bad reviews, so I'm not even gonna do it, man. And then I don't know if you saw your girl, the girl that did Madam Web. She said she's never doing that type of movie again, man.
Dakota Johnson.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's not thrilled with how that all came out.
Yeah, she was trying to say the reason why the movie came out the way it did is because like the big wigs wanted a certain look for it rather than going with like the art of the thing. But I mean, I really can't see that movie doing any better unless you did a whole different type of movie. So
right. I will tell you, I'm not going to watch that movie, Rich.
Yeah, please don't. But I'm sure, I feel like she also did it all the actors are saying it just to save grace.
Oh yeah.
Because I think ultimately they do want to be
paid.
I do want to be a part of Marvel. So, but really under Marvel, not under Sony, under Marvel. So Sony drops the ball again, man. And then I think that's really it. I don't think there's anything else going on out there.
No, not much going on.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, until next time.
Till next time, Rich.
I want to thank y'all for rocking out here on the Sports Sidebar Podcast. Give y'all something to ride out on.